Your mind has already decided what it wants next, even before you finish this sentence. That's not a joke, that's not exaggeration, that's a truth about human mind that people figured out thousands of years ago. And once you see it, you can't unseen it. No matter what you achieve, no matter what you buy, no matter how much you improve your life, the mind quietly moves the finish line and whispers, okay, but what's next? And the scary part is, most people live their entire lives without realizing this is happening. Ancient thinkers believed the mind is the most brilliant tool humans ever had, but also the most dangerous one if left unchecked, because the mind does not know how to stop. It only knows how to want. And the modern world, it didn't create this problem. It just learned how to use it. Long before smartphones, before money system, before social comparison on screens, humans were already asking a painful question. Why does satisfaction never last? You work hard for something, you finally get it. And for a short moment, it feels good. Not amazing, not complete, just good. And then slowly, without warning, this feeling fades. Not because something went wrong, but because the mind has already moved on. Ancient wisdom didn't call this bad luck. It called it the nature of desire. Here's the part that nobody tells you. The mind does not chase happiness. It chases stimulation. Happiness is calm. Stimulation is loud. And the mind is addicted to loud things. That's why silence feels uncomfortable. That's why boredom feels painful. That's why the moment life becomes stable, the mind creates problems where none exist. Ancient texts describe this as a fire that grows by being fed. The more you give it, the more it demands. In today's life, this shows up everywhere. You don't just want success, you want proof of success. You don't just want peace, you want validation that you are doing better than others. You don't just want rest, you want to feel like you have earned it. And even when all of that happens, the mind quietly says, this isn't enough. Not loudly, softly, politely, like it's doing you a favor. Ancient thinkers noticed something disturbing. People were not unhappy because they lacked things. They were unhappy because they expected things to fix their inner restlessness. And that expectation was the real trap. The mind promised satisfaction in the future, but it never delivers it in the present. It keeps you busy, not fulfilled. Think about how often your mind lives in after. After I earn more, after I settle down, after things calm down, after I become someone better. Ancient wisdom called this the illusion of arrival. The idea that one day you will reach a point where the mind finally relaxes. But the truth is, the mind doesn't relax when you arrive. It relaxes only when you stop running. This is why ancient explanation hit you so hard. Because modern life has turned the mind into a full-time consumer. Every scroll creates a new desire. Every comparison creates a new lack. And the mind believes all of it. Not because it's stupid, but because it doesn't know any other way to exist. Here's something ancient thinkers understood clearly. The mind is a servant, not a master. But most people have reversed the role. They obey every thought, every urge, every impulses. If the mind says want, they chase. If it says fear, they freeze. If it says compare, they suffer. And slowly, life becomes exhausting not because it's hard, but because the mind never rests. Ancient wisdom didn't teach people to destroy desire. That's misunderstanding. Desire was seen as energy, powerful, useful, but dangerous if uncontrolled. The problem was never wanting. The problem was believing that wanting would end. It doesn't. Desire only changes shape. You want money, then you want security, then you want status, then you want meaning. And if you don't understand what's happening, you blame the world, your luck, or yourself. Ancient thinkers looked at this pattern and said something shocking. The mind is never satisfied because satisfaction is not its job. Its job is survival, movement, and control. Peace is your job. This is where modern humans struggle the most. You have been taught that dissatisfaction means something is wrong with your life. Ancient wisdom says dissatisfaction means something is unchecked in the mind. Big difference. One make you chase endlessly, the other make you observe. Observation was the ancient solution. Not fixing, not forcing, watching. Watching how our desire arises. Watching how it promises happiness. Watching how it fades once fulfilled. When you truly see this cycle, something changes. The desire doesn't disappear, but it loses its power to lie. In daily life, this looks very simple. You pause before reacting. You notice before obeying. You realize that not every thought needs action. Not every urge needs fulfillment. And that pause creates space. Space creates clarity. And clarity creates peace. Not permanent peace, but enough to breathe. Ancient thinkers believed real freedom wasn't about controlling the world. It was about understanding the mind. Because a mind that is understood stops pretending it knows what you need. And the mind that stops pretending finally becomes quiet. This wisdom matters today more than ever because the world profits from your dissatisfaction. Calm people don't scroll endlessly. Content people don't buy impulsively. A restless mind is the perfect customer. Ancient wisdom wasn't anti-life. It was anti subtlety manipulation. So when your mind says just one thing and I'll be happy, remember this isn't a promise. It's a habit, and habits can be seen, and what can be seen slowly loses control. Thank you for being here. The ancient explanation ends with a simple but uncomfortable truth. The mind will always want more, but you don't have to follow it every time. Sometimes stepping back is enough. Sometimes nothing is enough. Sometimes not chasing is the answer. And maybe satisfaction was never meant to be permanent. Maybe it was meant to be visited when the mind finally stops asking for something else.